This is a gate. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, definitely give me that thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. I am live as of like right this second. Unfortunately, I can't see what you're saying. So if you're commenting in the comment thing, I'll have to read it later. I don't have, unfortunately, I don't have a screen available for me to look through. At this time, I am using a completely different camera than I normally would, but I'm going to give you a little walk through the garden here and show you where we're at. This is a whole new year and a new chapter, 2022. And we got a lot going on this year and a lot of plans and a lot of stuff that's got to happen. And I definitely want to bring you along for the ride. And we're going to do a lot of this. A lot of live feeds. I will be using tripods for a lot of it and that kind of stuff. And I'll be doing other videos too where there's a lot of editing and stuff. But there'll be a lot of live because I have access to live now. It's new. It's improved. It's great. It's fantastic. It's amazing. I can do live videos. I've been wanting to do live videos for almost 7 years, I think. Used to do live videos a long time ago, but things changed. But this is it. This is the gate. And everything behind this gate is mine to play with and have fun with. And there'll be a lot of change and a lot of work that will happen. It will happen in this garden this year. Basically, I'm going to show you how to do back to Eden gardening and how to do permaculture and how I do no-till and that kind of stuff. But this little video here is going to be a tour to show you where we're at right now, what's going on right now. And what is this? Anyways, this is March something, right? 12th or something like that. So, of course, open book here. I'm just going to show it to you. So I'm gonna stand on the other side of the camera here, and I'm going to show you the mess, the crazy, the everything. So bear with me. Oh, I'm trying to keep this camera as steady as possible. So as you can see right here in the brown grass patch, there are some branches that came off the apple tree, and we got a lot more apple tree pruning to do. And yeah, so let's start with the mess. This whole backyard's a mess. Let's gonna be totally honest with you. So this apple tree right here, she's getting some work done. There's some power lines that run right through it, and trying to bring it down and clean it up. It's about a 3-year process to do, and I am on year 2, so gotta do it slowly. I've got a ton of pallets. I've been collecting them all winter. Those are actually going to be for the new chicken coop. I am building a new chicken coop this year, which means that this old chicken coop will be gone. And we're going to tear it down, and either that'll be the new dog run, or that will be a parking spot for my brand new RV, the new Romy. So a lot of storage of stuff, a lot of stuff that's got to go to the dump and got rid of. Just haven't gotten to it yet. Everything kind of just fell this fall and became this dumping ground basically of stuff. Got some old metal that we're going to use in the garden for decoration stuff. And that, I mean, it's a mess. It is. But a lot of work, and I'm going to bring you along, so we'll get it done together. This is a rabbit hutch that I got last fall, and I'm in the process, I was in the process of I'm going to be honest, I was in the process of rebuilding it. And I'd like to get it finished and completely rebuilt. That would be awesome. And of course, much higher off the ground. It is way too low to the ground. And yeah, I think I got some metal and stuff I'm going to put around it. We're going to close it in so it's a little bit better seasonally for the rabbit that I put in it. And of course, more pallets. A big stack of wood over here that's needing to be maintained and taken care of. The garden, of course, for the most part, is still asleep. We're still getting down into the 20s Fahrenheit at night still. A lot of garbage and stuff all over. Really got to do a lot of cleaning. This is going to be the entrance here to the secret garden that we are going to start building. We're going to put a fence in this year that's going to go right there, and that's going to get done this year for sure. As a matter of fact, very soon. And so you're like, well, what's with all the big black bags, right? Those are leaves. I harvested over 200 bags of leaves. This thing is shrunk like major. It was almost all the way to the top of this little wire fence, and it's shrunk that much already. So we're going to put the rest of these leaves in that circular pen, and then probably by this time next year, or if maybe even in the fall, we will pull it all apart and put it into another enclosure that's a little smaller. Those are going to break down, get leaf mold out of it. We're going to it's going to get wrapped and that kind of stuff too. And then tires, lots and lots of tires. The side walls of these are going to come out, and where these tires are here on the ground, these are going to be some retaining walls. That is what we're going to do. So we're going to make kind of like a hall or a hallway kind of thing that goes around into the secret garden. And of course, where the leaves are here, that will be eventually a shed. And then there'll be a pond in front of it. At least that's the plan. And this here, this is the pear tree that still hasn't been trimmed yet. All of the trees on the property, fruit trees anyways, need to be trimmed still. So we're going to be working on that here really soon, getting those trimmed. This guy here is getting some severe trimming this year. We're going to really cut the crud out of it, lower it down, and really clean it out. But it's old. It's got the main structure of it is really falling apart and rotting and decaying. So a lot of the older wood is kind of gross and dead on the inside. So we'll be taking a lot of it out and rebuilding this pear tree so that, well, basically we'll have a decent pear tree when we're done. It's full grown. This is a baby pear. This guy's going to get trimmed up too. We're going to get rid of probably 90% of that pear tree right there. All that stuff off the base and everything's coming off. We're going to grow it up so it's going to be more of a traditional tree. As a matter of fact, we'll probably end up saving this branch here. It's pretty good. And then of course I'll probably save a couple of these ones as well, just for now to see what happens. But all the side branching and stuff's going to go. And of course the trampoline's going to stay for now, but eventually it'll go. And then that will become more garden space in the future. This whole area here, all these wood chips, in a few years, those are all going to get sifted when the kids are all grown up. And this will also be garden space, just like what's over there. All right, so I laid these barrels out here for you, just to kind of give you an idea of what I'm thinking. I'm seriously thinking about putting barrels down that fence line. However, I am thinking about not having them tall like that. I'm thinking about cutting them in half, so they'll all be in half. So it'll just be basically a bunch of container gardening, and we can plant all kinds of stuff in there. So this is a grape. Oh yes, as you can see, I discussed doing this last year and I'd never finished it. All of the barrels have got to get covered this year and finished and cleaned up and wrapped, and we still got to put the arch in. Been talking about doing that for a couple of years, but of course I've been pretty lazy on that one. A lot of other stuff comes up. I don't know how much you guys know, but I've got a pretty busy life. I have 2 special needs children. I have a full-time job, And so this kind of takes the back seat, unfortunately, but it is what it is. Another thing's going to happen, this wire fence, you can kind of see it in the video here behind the barbecue, this wire fence all the way to there where that sprinkler is. That's all coming out. This is going to be open. So you got the patio and then it'll be open. And where the carport posts are, that'll be the new fence line. So the fence is actually going to move over. That'll be my fruit cage. And then over here where this wood pile still sits is going to be where we're going to build the brand new chicken and duck run. So they'll have their spot over here. And so the reason, let's pan over and show you this grossness. But the reason that we're moving the dogs out of this area is because we're going to build a deck in here. This is going to be a big back porch, about the size of the dog run. It's going to take up the whole back of the house. And here on the corner, we're talking about putting a hot tub in. So that's something that we're talking about. We're actually talking about doing that at the end of this year so we can have it done hopefully soon-ish. Look at the mess. We're going to stop this. Mud on the wall and the doors. That's coming to an end. We are going to be, the chicken run and everything's going to have gravel on the ground, and there'll be a path that they'll run through, and it'll all be gravel and concrete. The dog run is just for them to go outside and go potty. That's it. And of course, you can see the new roof I put on last year. Looks good. It survived the winter just fine, thank goodness. And the fire pit, it's going to get rebuilt. We don't like it. It doesn't work for us. It's just not right. It doesn't work. And of course, the wife's flower patch, all the dead stuff is going to come up, get trimmed and come up. All the seed pods are going to get put back on the ground, and all the dead looking stuff's going to go away. A lot of work in the backyard that's got to happen here in the next couple of weeks because it's warming up. So you can see these barrels. I'm back over here. So these barrels, they go all the way over to the corner there. Those are all going to get cladded to look like this. That's the plan. And of course, while we walk in through the arch, got to readjust the gate so it'll open and close. I'm going to put a hinge on it. But yes, the barrels will get cladded all the way around. We'll talk about the greenhouse here in a second. So this is going to come across. And then I've got more barrels like this sitting over there. We're going to cut those guys in half. And they're going to start here and go across and back again. Ooh, there's a car seat. My kids have been out here having fun. And then they're going to come all the way to the end of the greenhouse. And that's going to be all wrapped and framed into eventually. Not right now, but eventually. Right now I'm working on this pile of wood chips. This pile was about 3 times as high. Probably about 4 feet off the ground when we first dumped them. And I would say that's probably about 2.5 to 3 feet over here and 2.5 in the middle in height. So they've really broken down and shrunk a lot. But all these wood chips from here to that fence, and we're talking about 25 feet easily from where I'm standing to that fence, all of that's got to be sifted and gone through. All of it. Because that's where we're going to put the ducks and chickens. And so that's going to be my fruit cage. We're going to build right here. There'll be between this barrel, and then there'll be a barrel that sticks over a little bit, half barrel. There'll be a door. I've got a old metal screen door that we're going to refurbish, and that way the fruit cage will be closed off with a metal door, and then there'll be cattle panels and bird netting and all that good stuff. And over here on the back side of the fruit cage, where this fun stuff is, I've got raspberries all in the ground here. And then on the corner, or on each post, and there's actually supposed to be 2 more posts that we've decided are going to put in. We were going to do something else, but that's not going to happen now. We're just going to take this all the way over, so there's 5 posts in total. Will be grapes. So we're going to be growing 5 different grapevines up over the top of this thing. And that'll be awesome. And they'll just be coming from the fence side. There won't be any grapes growing on the front. That'll all be for the sunlight to come through that direction. So that'll be really kind of cool. And we'll have strawberries and blueberries and raspberries and all the good stuff the squirrels like to eat inside there. So we'll be able to eat them. Yummy, yummy, yummy. All to ourselves. All right, that brings us to this guy. What a pain in the rear end this thing's been. So we started off the year, or the winter, the fall, started to clarify the fall, with the roof panels in, and they blew out. So we took them all out. This thing actually had a gap down here when we first started of about 6 inches here, and the wind decided to blow it to the barrels. So we said, well, I guess it wants to be by the barrels. That's where it's going to stay. So this is a project. If I can keep the kids out of it, because they're coming in here and having fun and playing. So you see these black bins here that I purchased years and years ago from FedEx. I'm actually going to be using those, putting big, huge holes in the bottom of them, and then we're going to bury them actually in the ground. So only probably about 6 inches of them come up out of the ground. They're going to start here on this side of the door. They're going to go all the way over to that barrel, which will be full of water and a heater. So in the wintertime, it'll help keep this warm. So it'll go across there. It'll go across the back, and then they're going to come on this side. This entire greenhouse is going to be for peppers and peppers only. That way I can overwinter my peppers. Overwintering peppers, as long as you keep the direct frost off of them, they should survive just fine. So we're going to put those new panels are going to go in. And then I've got some corrugated plastic. Not that stuff over there. That stuff over there is tinted. I'm going to get some clear corrugated plastic. We're going to put across the top. And that'll help a little bit too with the snow load, because we do get snow here. And you see the little bit of wind we got, it's making that thing move. So gonna have to strengthen it up a little bit more, but no big deal. We'll do that. And I'll get the door on it and all that kind of stuff, the vents. It'll all be taken care of. But that will be my pepper house. That's gonna be where we do the peppers. And this is great. Okay, so as you know, I did do this. I gotta finish this off. And keep going here, and then every other one, and of course where the tall ones are is going to have the metal. Just haven't done it yet. Just all kinds of other priorities have been coming up, but those are all going to get cladded hopefully this year. We're crossing our fingers and dotting our T's and all the other, not dotting, whatever, you know what I mean, but hopefully that gets done. The lower ones, every low one there's not one there. Wait, no, there's one there, not one there. Every low one has a raspberry bush in it. So those twig things, those are raspberry bushes. And then the tall ones, all of these tall ones this year are all going to get blueberries. So we're going to have raspberry, blueberry, raspberry, blueberry, raspberry, blueberry, all the way down. And then these 3 are also going to get blueberry bushes. And so that we'll get a few that we can eat off of it, and the birds will probably take most of it, or the squirrels. And then I left, just for the curiosity's sake, I left all of my brassicas in this winter. I'm going to pull them out now because my theory was correct. I was thinking, oh yeah, brassica, they like it cold, they'll survive. Nope. So not here anyways. I'm going to pull these guys out. All of them are coming out. And then these are all, by the way, these are all Brussels sprouts that are over on this side. But they look like they're all right, but I'm going to pull them out. There's supposed to be Brussels sprouts in there. I'll give those to the rabbits. Those will go. all of this stuff here, this is all going to go, everything's got to be pulled out. This section, I don't know if you remember, but I was telling you that there's wood chips up underneath here. This is all needs to be sifted out and pull the wood chips out. And I've been speaking with the Lord about it. And he says, that's a lot of work, Graham. Why don't you just let it go? Don't worry about it. Let me deal with it. Give me another year and I'll have it taken care of for you. So I'm going to listen to the Lord and I'm going to be lazy. Because that's what the Lord wanted me to do. Wanted me to be lazy. Let him deal with the ground. So I'm just going to cover it over and let it go. And yeah, but this all got to be cleaned out. These are going to get cleaned out. I've got some leaks that are in here still. You can see them. The leaks, I'll probably pull them out and separate them. Put them in the barrels maybe. We'll see. That's all got to get cleaned. My next project is that guy right there. It's full of chicken compost that has not been sifted yet. So all of this came out of the chickens. I'm going to sift it. And the good stuff is going to hit the ground, and the bad stuff is, well, what the bad stuff, but the big bulky stuff is going to go back to the chickens so they can keep breaking it down. I did acquire these boxes from work, and the reason I put them here is because I have got some weed problems. I don't know what they're called. Not hawthorn. There's this bush-like thing that keeps wanting to come up. So I figured I'd smother them. So I'm just going to go ahead and cover all this with sifted wood chips. And the tires, I don't know if they're coming up yet, but there's supposed to be asparagus in these tires. So we'll see what happens. I'm seeing a lot of weeds already, though. But I'll play it all by ear. I don't see any asparagus coming up just yet. Although it is still a little early for asparagus. Usually it's about the middle to end of April, if I remember right. And the rose bush there, it already got trimmed for the year, so it's good to go. So yeah, there you go, guys. That's pretty much the garden. I am debating what I'm going to do with this fence. I do think I'm going to take all that metal stuff out and get rid of it. But I'm debating what I'm going to do with it. I am seriously considering getting rid of the fence and just having the barrels come all the way along the end here. A lot of work. But I don't know. I got to figure it out. I got to figure it out. Don't know what to do, but I need that divider there. So if you guys have any ideas on what to do there, definitely that would be awesome to leave in the comment section down below. That way I can have that little bit of conversation with you and bounce some ideas off of you there. So that is what we got going on. Pretty simple here in the garden area. Nothing super duper crazy. Just a lot of cleaning up and a lot of work to do. But yeah. Let's see. What do we got in here? Oh, these have... there's garlic in here. There's some garlic that's made it through the winter. It's coming up. There's garlic in that one. There is some more garlic. That one there is coming up. Some more garlic. Garlic. I love my garlic. So these barrels here, they have got their garlic in them. And I don't remember what that is. I want to say that is that thimbleberry, if I remember right. These raspberries here, I took them out. They're now over there in those half barrels. So this is free to do something with. Probably put some strawberries or something in here. As a matter of fact, that's what I might do. Because I've got strawberries on the ground over here that are overwintering. I didn't quite show you that yet, but some strawberry plants that are overwintering and looking good. I might put those in the barrel. Speaking of overwintering, never done this before, and it's happening. Take a guess what that is. That is a petunia. Sure as heck is. That's petunia. And it's self-sowed. And it's now overwintering. And I'm curious to find out if it grows. If it grows, that's awesome. I will be moving it, however, because this is, of course, my garden space, and I don't want petunia growing in the middle of my veggie patch. Basically a veggie patch. And then at the base over here, so these guys, these are those bunching onions. There's another name for them. I'm sure my friend Babs, she knows exactly what they're called. Oops, I'll show them to you. I can't remember what they're called all of a sudden. They're runner onions or something like that, but they have a little onion head on them, and they fall over, they hit the ground, and they... Walking onions, I think that's what it's called, walking onions. There's tons of them. I gotta pull them apart and sift them, or pull them apart and separate them out. I'll be doing that here really soon. And yeah, but I'll leave them there in this area. They'll do just fine right here. Not a whole lot of foot traffic goes through there anyways. So we'll just separate them out a little bit. And yeah, they'll take over this whole freaking area right here. So, all right, well, that's pretty much the plan. There's a lot going on. I can't believe I've been here a half hour with you. Showing you the garden for a half hour? That's crazy. All right, you guys, so that's a lot of work. There's a lot of work to be done. If the weather holds out, I'll be able to get most of this done on the weekends. And that's pretty much the only time I have to do any of this is on the weekends. Which, I know it's Monday. My Mondays are usually pretty busy. I take my mom out for lunch on Mondays, and we have Cub Scouts on Mondays, but yeah. Lord willing, it'll work. So, I'm not lucky enough to be retired. Inside joke. But that's pretty much it. Oh, I'm going to show you this too. Look at these beams. I took these out of my basement. These things are huge. Look how big they are. Thanks, Babs. Walking onions. These things are huge, you guys. They're huge. They're like 9 feet long, and they're like 3 inches thick, and then they're 16 inches this way. They were an old workbench that was down in my basement. I tore it apart, and I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do with them. I'm not sure, but I want to do something. I want to do something special with them. But I'm not sure what. I don't want to just lay them on the ground, you know, for walking on or anything, because that's some good wood there. And I could maybe make them into a raised garden bed, but oh, it'll never decay if I do. So, all right, well, yeah. Ah, yes, thank you. Nice wood. That's what she said. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. So, a lot of work to be done. Hopefully I have time. Hopefully I can get it done. It'll be, I mean, we moved in here in May of 18, and the day we closed on the house, we started bringing truckloads of wood chips in and covering the property with wood chips, and it's just been a slow process. And you know, I'm wishful. I would like it to be done. I would like to have all my barrels wrapped. I'd like to have my garden. I'd like to have everything done. But then where's the fun in it being done? I'm gonna be honest with you. Where's the fun in it? Doing it and spending the time doing it and being out here where it's quiet and the wind is blowing. That's really where the fun's at. Just enjoying the garden, enjoying being here. So, if it takes me another 3-4 years, it does. But I'd like to get on it and get as much of it done as I can, as soon as I can. At least that way I feel like I've accomplished something out here. And maybe, crossing fingers, the wife wants to come out and spend some time out here. I mean, I gave her a spot here for her to plant all of her wildflowers, and it didn't bring her out here. So, gotta get cleaned up. I gotta get this unmessy looking, and soon. because I would like to spend time with my family outside where they willingly come out, not because they're doing chores, but because they just want to spend time out here, either by the fire pit or barbecuing or playing on the swings or the trampoline or whatever. So, all right. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I waited for you, Babs. I waited. I'm glad you came back from the garden. All right, I got some work to do. I got things that gotta get done. I gotta get this. This has gotta get finished. I have my other channel. I have a couple of videos over there. I'm gotta get up and ready to go, editing, that kind of thing. So, all right, you guys. Thank you. Appreciate you coming along and hanging with me today. And I will see you guys really soon here on this channel, I promise. And if you want to go check out my movie channel, it's Surreal Cinema, and it's R-E-E-L, Surreal. Yes, it is. And we have a Facebook page now and all kinds of stuff. So we're growing and we're getting big, and hopefully a community will pursue. If you're new to my channel, make sure to hit that thumbs up and subscribe. And I do respond to every single video that, I do respond to every single comment that you guys leave. And yeah, so lots to come. All right, I'm out. Peace. Lots of love, you guys. Lots of love.